الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وقالوا كونوا هودا أو نصارى تهتدوا قل بل ملة إبراهيم حنيفا وما كان من المشركين قولوا آمنا بالله وما أنزل إلينا وما أنزل إلى إبراهيم وإسماعيل وإسحاق ويعقوب والأسباط وما أوتي موسى وعيسى وما أوتي النبيون من ربهم لا نفرق بين أحد منهم ونحن له مسلمون فإن آمنوا بمثل ما آمنتم به فقد اهتدوا وإن تولوا فإنما هم في شقاق فسيكفيكهم الله وهو السميع العليم صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. وقالوا, they said. Who said? The Jewish people, the Christians people, the Christians. كونوا هودا أو نصارى تهتدوا. Become Jewish أو نصارى or Christians تهتدوا, and you will find the right path. تهتدوا from hidayah, you will find the right path. قل, say, it is advised to the Prophet ﷺ and the Sahaba. قل بل ملة إبراهيم حنيفا. Instead, we follow the faith of Ibrahim, Hanifa, the upright. وما كان من المشركين. And he was not one of those who associated partners with Allah. قولوا, say, the Muslims should say, آمنا بالله, we believe in Allah, وما أنزل إلينا, and in what has been revealed to us, وما أنزل إلى إبراهيم وإسماعيل وإسحاق ويعقوب والأسباط, and what has been revealed to Ibrahim, Ismail, Ishaq, Yaqub, والأسباط, and his children, وما أوتي موسى وعيسى وما أوتي النبيون من ربهم, and what has been given to the prophets from their Lord, what has been given to Musa and Isa, and what has been given to the prophets from their Lord. لا نفرق بين أحد منهم, we make no difference between any of them. وَنَحْنُ لَهُ مُسْلِمُونَ, and to him, and to Allah, we submit ourselves. So the Christians and the Jewish people would say to the Muslims that you should become Jewish or Christian and you will find hidayah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is responding and asking the Muslims to respond that we are, so you claim to be the followers of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam or the other Anbiya. These are Anbiya before the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, many of them which the Nasara and the Jewish people also claimed that they followed. For example, Sayyidina Yaqub alayhi salam, Ishaq alayhi salam, and Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam, Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking the Muslims to respond to them and tell them that you are not on their deen, but we are on their deen. And we are bal millata Ibrahim Hanifa, we are upon the deen of Ibrahim alayhi salam. And the most important thing, the characteristic feature of the religion of Ibrahim alayhi salam is that he was upright, he was not deviant. He was not among the ones who would associate partners like you do with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For example, the Jewish people would make Sayyidina Uzair alayhi salam as the son of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the Christians will claim that Sayyidina Isa ala nabina alayhi salatu wasalam was the son of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking us to respond that no, we are on the deen of Ibrahim alayhi salam, and unlike you that you claim, we are on the true deen of Ibrahim alayhi salam, Hanifa wa ma kana min al-mushrikeen, upright and without associating any partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In the verse 136, the second verse that I recited, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling the detail of this faith. Say, Amanna billah, we believe in Allah. Wama unzila ilayna. Wama unzila ilayna is what has been revealed to us. Now, how was that revealed to them? Through the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here again is as if giving the tashri of La ilaha illallah and Muhammadur Rasulullah, that we not only believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but we also believe in the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the ways of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that have been given, that have been revealed to us by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in form of the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And also وَمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَىٰ إِبْرَاهِيمَ وَإِسْمَاعِيلَ وَإِسْحَاقَ وَيَعْقُوبَ وَالْأَسْبَاطِ. So asbat will be these are all the messengers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the prophets. وَالْأَسْبَاطِ وَيَعْقُوبَ وَالْأَسْبَاطِ means Yaqub alayhi salam and his tribes. Sabt is tribe, Asbat tribes, plural. So he had, mashallah, a great, huge number of offsprings. 12 of them, and they had a qabila of their own. Each one of them had a qabila of their own, a tribe of their own. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that they were all also on the right path. وَيَعْقُوبَ وَالْأَسْبَاطِ وَمَا أُوتِيَ Musa, and whatever was given to Musa and Isa, and all the other Anbiya that were haqq by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَا أُوتِيَ النَّبِيُّونَ مِنْ رَبِّهِمْ, from their Lord. لا نفرق بين أحد منهم. This needs clarification. So we do not differentiate between any of them. Now, what is the meaning of differentiating between Anbiya? One is differentiation in terms of their level and standard in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What is their status in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? So that can be different from prophet to prophet. Some prophets were of a higher status, some prophets were, compared to them, not of that status in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Here what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, La nufarriqu bayna ahadim minhum, it means that we do not distinguish that we believe in such prophet and do not believe in such prophet. We believe in one prophet, we do not believe in another prophet. Like the Jewish people did, that we believe in such and such prophet and do not believe in such and such prophet. Like the Christians would do, that we believe in certain prophets and do not believe in certain prophets. This is the distinguishing, this is the differentiation that the non-Muslims did. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us that this is a feature of ours, that we do not differentiate in terms of believing in them. So all of them were righteous. وَنَحْنُ لَهُ مُسْلِمُونَ, and the core of our faith is that we are Muslimun, the explanation of which was yesterday, that we submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and give up everything of our desires. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, فَإِنْ آمَنُوا بِمِثْلِ مَا آمَنْتُمْ بِهِ فَقَدْ اهْتَدَوْا. In reverse, in retaliation, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in answering them, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, فَإِنْ آمَنُوا, those people, if they believe, بِمِثْلِ مَا آمَنْتُمْ بِهِ, like they come to believe in the same way as you believe, فَقَدْ اهْتَدَوْا, they will find the right path. So they are saying, become Christians and Jewish and you'll find the right path. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right path. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling the Muslimin to respond to them and say that if they bring faith like you, then they are the ones who will finally find guidance. وَإِن تَوَلَّوْا فَإِنَّمَا هُمْ فِي شِقَاقٍ, and if they turn away, then the fact is that they are in antagonism. Antagonism is doing negative of everything, denying everything. So they are in a state of denial, and فَسَيَكْفِيكَهُمُ اللَّهُ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will suffice for you against them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing this to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and to the mu'mineen, the believers in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala till the day of judgment, that if you believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you become Muslimun. فَسَيَكْفِيكَهُمُ اللَّهُ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will suffice for you in all days and age. وَهُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is all hearing and all knowing. Here, فَإِنْ آمَنُوا بِمِثْلِ مَا آمَنْتُمْ بِهِ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has also given a criteria that we had explained earlier on in this para as well, in this juz, that the criterion of iman against which the iman of every single human being will be judged is the iman of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Sahaba. فَإِنْ آمَنْتُمْ بِمِثْلِ مَا آمَنْتُمْ بِهِ فَإِنْ آمَنُوا بِمِثْلِ مَا آمَنْتُمْ بِهِ فَقَدْ اهْتَدَوْا. Huda, or guidance, is that which is the iman of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Prophet of the Sahaba. If somebody is bringing faith, claiming to bring faith, for example, in those days, the Jewish, the Christians, the mushrikeen, they would do. In these days, there would be people, if somebody claims that we have iman, they will be judged. They will be judged, and the criterion to judge them will be the iman of the Sahaba and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If their iman is deviant, if their belief is in the tiniest form, in the tiniest of composition, if it is deviant from the iman of the Sahaba, the way the Sahaba believed, they will not be called Muslims no matter how high their claims are of iman. For example, the Ahmadi, the Qadiani people, they say they believe in Allah, they say that they believe in the Prophet, but they have created things, confusions in the finality of the prophethood of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Their iman will not be considered iman. They will not be called Muslims, no matter how high their claims are of becoming Muslims, of being Muslims. Similarly, those people who are so deeply immersed in their material thinking that they cannot come to terms with believing in the akhirah or believing in the angels, they will not be called Muslims, because their iman, when judged against the criterion of the iman of the Prophet ﷺ and the Sahaba, it fails. It does not match with their iman, so they will not be called Muslims. فَإِنْ آمَنُوا بِمِثْلِ مَا آمَنْتُمْ بِهِ فَقَدْ اهْتَدَوْا. Huda is when you bring faith as the faith of the Prophet and the Sahaba. Now it should be understood that when we say that the faith has to be like the faith of Sahaba, we are talking about the logical faith, the constituents of faith that we have to bring faith in, where you have to believe in through our aql. With our hearts, practically, for example, a requisite of having perfect faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is to fear no one else and do the things of iman without fearing anyone. But we are weak, so the practicality of iman is a different thing. To have in word, in letter, the iman that was of the Sahaba, the tenets of iman, the pillars of iman, they have to be, at least in letter, just like the Sahaba. You cannot create ambiguities within it. If you create ambiguities or disbelief in any part of iman, the iman is not valid. صِبْغَةَ اللَّهِ وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ مِنَ اللَّهِ صِبْغَةً وَنَحْنُ لَهُ عَابِدُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that we are coloring ourselves, we are dyeing ourselves with the color of Allah. وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ مِنَ اللَّهِ صِبْغَةً. For who is better in coloring than Allah? وَنَحْنُ لَهُ عَابِدُونَ. We are worshipping none but Him. So this alludes to a ritual among the Christians that on the 7th day of the birth of a baby, they would put some color on that baby, and that would be considered a substitute to circumcision, and they would say that this coloring suffices for their internal and external purity. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, now this is one fine thing, that when we read the Quran and try to understand on our own without knowing the culture and the historic background, we can go seriously wrong. For example, here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about the color of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Color is a physical thing. But the meaning here is that this color is different from the color that the Christians put. Their color was only outwardly. The color of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pertains to Zahir and Batin. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is comparing to a physical being of color and saying that the color of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in comparison is something ahsan. It covers the outside and the inside as well. وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ مِنَ اللَّهِ صِبْغَةً وَنَحْنُ لَهُ عَابِدُونَ. The other explanation to this is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that when somebody brings faith, they are painted with faith interiorly and exteriorly. So the faith, just like color can be seen from outside, the faith of a believer can be seen by looking at them, with their appearance, with their dressing, with the way they behave, with the way they deal. That iman, being ibadah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, can be seen like a color can be seen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the right understanding of the Quran. Tomorrow inshallah we'll do the final few ayat of the first juz. Today we did ayah 135 to 138. Inshallah we'll do ayah 139 to 141 tomorrow inshallah. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. اللهم إنا نسألك العفو والعافية والمعافاة الدائمة في الدين والدنيا والآخرة. رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين. صلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. آمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.